Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited for this video. This is only like my second video of this sort on my channel. I don't always do any like personal videos. I have one video where I answered some questions that you guys had asked about me. But other than that, you guys don't really know anything about me apart from the fact that I love perfumes. And I like to do these videos. I know not a lot of people care, but I feel like it's just fun. I was genuinely curious what people's assumptions would be about me because I just think that that's so funny. Like, you could just never take offense to assumptions that people make about you because they're assumptions. So I asked you guys on YouTube, and that's where I got most of the replies for this video. And then I also asked over on my Instagram, and I also got a few really interesting replies over there as well. So I'm going to answer most, if not all. I'm gonna try to get to all. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know that most of you are here for my perfume videos, but don't worry, those will be coming. If you guys missed my last community tab post that I did, I let you guys know that for the whole month of December, I will be posting every other day. It's gonna be a lot of posting, but I'm ready for it, and I kind of wanted to do it as kind of like a holiday thing. I thought it would be fun. So there's gonna be a lot of like holiday type videos, gift guides for certain perfumes and things like that. So I'm gonna have like an overload of perfume videos this month, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Now, I did tell you guys to not hold back on these assumptions, so I definitely got a few interesting ones. Anyways, with all that being said, let's get straight into this video. Alright, first assumption is you don't like cats. I do not like cats. You are very much correct with that. Don't get me wrong, I love animals. I'm a huge animal lover, but dogs are the best creatures to roam this planet. Forget about humans. A dog is your best friend. They're the most loyal, compassionate, unconditional, loving creature that there is on this planet. And yeah, I like dogs better than humans on any day. I'm not like hating on cats, but if I had to choose between dog and cat, dogs any day. Cats are just a little too independent for me. Like, they do their own thing. Like, you walk in the house and they're like, did you bring me food? Whereas dogs just come and like greet you, and they're so excited to see you, and they literally make you feel like you are the most loved, important person in the world. I'm looking at my dog. She's like over there right now, and I can just feel the love. So yeah, dogs anyway. Okay, second assumption is you don't like being late. Now, that assumption is true. I don't like being late, but I'm not always on time. Sometimes I have really bad like time management skills. Now, when it comes to like jobs or school, then I am super on time. Like, I go to those places like literally an hour before I have to, and I will literally like sit in the parking lot. Like, things that I have to be on time for, of course I am on time for. But when it comes to like things like date nights or, you know, going out to dinner with friends and stuff like that, and we set a certain time, I always underestimate how much it takes me to like get ready and put on makeup and all of that. I guess like yes and no. I like to be on time. I'm just not always on time. And my fiance can definitely agree with me on that one. Okay, next assumption is you have a mean side to you you don't show on YouTube. Yes, I do. So does every single person on this world. I feel like to kind of make it in life, you can't just be nice. Like, that's just not how this world works. I reflect off of people. If somebody's super nice, I'm going to be twice as nice back. And if somebody is just giving me attitude, I will give you 30 times the more attitude. I have really good like intuition, and I feel like when I meet people, I can just feel what energy that they're giving off like right away, and I will either imitate that. I do have a mean side to me. I'm not a mean person. I consider myself a very nice person. I feel like if you're mean to me, I'm not gonna sit there and take it. I'm definitely going to give you a little Aries. Okay, somebody said you're very spoiled. I was really excited to answer this question because I have never been spoiled in the sense of the way that people think of that. I feel like people kind of assume spoiled means you get materialistic things. I'm not spoiled in that manner. I am doing very well for myself. I am in a really good relationship. And so materialistically, do I get things that I want? Yes, but that's because I work towards those things. I don't just have them handed to me. Number two, I just wanted to say I'm spoiled because of how much love that I have around me. I have family that loves me. My fiance loves me. I have friends that love me. So I'm extremely spoiled because of how much love that I have around me. So in that manner, yes, growing up, I was never spoiled. I grew up in a third world country, but I never felt like I was in a third world country because my parents gave me any and everything. And when I say that, again, I do not just mean materialistically, I mean love and attention and care. So I grew up with a lot of love around me. I still have a lot of love around me, and I'm so grateful for it each and every day. I never take it for granted. So to answer your question, yes, I am spoiled, but not in the way that you think. Next assumption is you are very close to your family. I am extremely close to my family. My family is everything to me. I grew up super close to my family, so I will just always be insanely close to them. They're the people that I go to when I'm having a great day. They're the people that I go to when I'm having a bad day, and I just know that they're always there for me. I'm always there for them, and yeah, my family is everything to me. Next assumption is you don't drink. I don't like to drink excessively, and another thing about me is a while ago, like I think a couple years ago, I had like this crazy night. We had like a night in with a bunch of my friends, and we were playing card games, and we had tequila shots, and every time one of us would lose, we would take a shot. Also on that day, I hadn't really eaten much. I swear I took like over 8 tequila shots. And when I tell you, the next day, it was the worst I have ever felt in my entire life. Ever since that day, I cannot even take a whiff of tequila without immediately getting the urge to throw up. So I don't drink hard liquor. Is tequila hard liquor? I don't know. I don't like tequila. Hate tequila. Ever since that day, I'm scarred for life. I will never... I cannot. I hate it so much. I don't drink like tequila, vodka, things like that. I just don't like liquor. My favorite drink that I do drink, have like date nights and when we go out to dinner and stuff, is wine. I am a wine connoisseur. I freaking love wine. So I don't drink excessively. Like I drink the normal amount of any person that drinks. I'm also very sensitive to drinking, so I definitely don't do it often. But I definitely do like me the occasional cup of wine. Ariana Grande REM perfume is your least favorite perfume. That is very not true. I actually really like REM. I did get rid of it because when it was in my collection, I found that I just wasn't really using it. So I did get rid of it in my collection. But I do think it's a really, really pretty perfume. So I definitely didn't hate it. I have perfumes that I hate a lot more, like a lot more. Go watch my most hated perfumes video. I'll link that up here if you want to know what those perfumes are. But yeah, that's definitely not my least favorite perfume in the world. Okay, the next assumption is you have more product than you could ever use. Yeah, probably. Like I'm one person and I have so much. So I'm very aware of the fact that I have a lot. I do use a lot of it. Like I utilize most of it and I don't just stick to like one thing. Every single day I like to like pick out a new perfume and I'll layer it with like a new body spray. So I'm always constantly using my stuff. Obviously, you can't really tell that I am because I'm one person using all this stuff. So clearly it's going to take me a very long time to actually run out of this stuff. But I'd rather be addicted to perfumes and body mists than worse things that are out there. So that's all I'm saying. Somebody said that you'll be making and creating a second YouTube channel. Honestly, probably not. I feel like I kind of want everything to be on this channel. I have told you guys in the past that I do want to sprinkle in various other types of videos. I think the core, like main niche of my channel will always remain to perfumes. But I feel like my channel even now is not just perfumes. It's like mostly perfumes, like 90%. But I do sprinkle in other videos. Like I have my hygiene hauls, my Walmart hauls. Sometimes I do like clothing hauls, things like that. I do a little bit of everything, but all in like the beauty realm. And I also do want to start doing like vlogs and stuff like that, but I honestly think all of it will remain on this channel. I feel like it's going to be really kind of overwhelming to be on 2 channels. I don't want to say never because I don't really know where this is going to take me. But as of now, I do want to just keep all my stuff on this channel. Okay, somebody says, your fiance spoils you. Yes, he definitely does spoil me. He gives me any and everything. And again, I feel like every time I say that, it makes it sound like it's all materialistic things. No, he is amazing to me in every way possible. He spoils me with love, affection, gifts, time, which is the most important. So yeah, I'm definitely spoiled. Somebody said you were a player in high school. I was so far from being a player in high school. I was like not even in the realm of being a player in high school. I was like a little nobody in high school. I really honestly hate attention on me. Like I've never been the type of person to just like be the first at everything, to have everybody pay attention to me. I hate attention. There's nothing more that I hate than when all attention is on me. Like I have anxiety. I'm a very self-aware person and I already have like social anxiety and all of that. So the worst thing for me ever is to have attention from people and to be like a popular person. I like to stick to my own lane. I'm a pretty introverted person. I like to keep to myself. I like to have my circle super small. So I definitely was not popular and I would never wish that I was popular. Honestly, I'm not about that life. I was very nice to people and I don't think anybody could say anything bad about me if you're watching this from high school, because I never was like, I was kind of like, maybe you knew of me, but you didn't know me. I just went to school, basically, and then I came home. This next assumption is very triggering. She says, you have road rage. I 1000% have road rage. I have some intense road rage. Like all of my aggression, I swear, comes out when I am behind the wheel. People just irritate me when I'm driving like nothing else. There's no other way to get under my skin than when you chew loudly and when you drive either slow or do something stupid on the road. Oh my god, I swear something just happens and I become a different person. It also doesn't help that I live in a city where it's like 90% 80-year-olds and up, and it's just so hard to be patient because part of you is like, don't be mean, like it's a little old person, but then another part of you is like, if you're 90, like, why are you driving? I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Next assumption is you can speak Spanish. So I took Spanish for like 4 years in high school and I learned nothing. I mean, listen, like I feel like I know so many Spanish songs by heart. One of my favorite genres of music is reggaeton. And I think that's also because in Albania, we have music with the same type of like beats and stuff like that. So I love Latin music. I follow so many Latin artists and I swear I know so many songs word for word. Like I could literally sing them. Like if I sang these songs, you would literally think I was probably Latino, but really I have no idea what I'm saying. All of that to say, I don't speak Spanish. I feel like I understand a lot. Like if I go out to stores and there'll be an employee there and she speaks Spanish and she's trying to speak Spanish to me, I feel like most of the time I understand exactly what they're saying. I could just never like actually answer them. Like I wouldn't be able to like connect the words and know what to say. So I don't speak Spanish, but I feel like I could understand like a decent amount, like enough to like get by. This assumption is really funny. She says, you have a squirrel running through your head and have a hard time deciding on the fragrance of the day, like me. Heck yes. If you were in my room right now and I told you, okay, pick one, how long, realistically, how long would it take you to decide on which perfume you would want to wear? Literally in the mornings when I'm getting ready, I stand right in front of these shelves for like a good 10 minutes just contemplating. I'm like, do I want to smell sweet? Do I want to smell fruity? Do I want to smell kind of fresh? Do I want to smell sexy? Like it's so hard. So yeah, definitely 1000% yes. It takes me like 2 hours just to pick out a fragrance. Okay, next assumption is pretty good. So she says, you are concerned about how people around you make judgments about you. Okay. Let me say this. The only people that I care at all about their judgments are my family, my fiance, and like a close friend of mine. That's about it. Other than that, any judgments from anybody around me, whether it be on the internet, whether it be around me, I could not care less about those judgments. Whether you are the most amazing person in the world or the worst person in the world, people will have judgments about you. And normally, if they're bad judgments, it almost always comes from a place of insecurity inside of them that they want to like project onto you. And so I feel like I've gotten really good at realizing that as I've grown up. Obviously, doing this for a living, being on the internet for a living, and so many people like watch you, not that I'm like seen by so many people, you know, a ton of random people obviously would come across on my channel and they'll leave comments, like stupid comments, and sometimes you read those comments and you're like, in how bad of a place do you have to be mentally to actually leave a comment like that? Like, what makes you think that that is, number one, okay to write? What if I was on my last straw, you know? Like, what if I was having such a hard time? What if I was depressed? Like, you don't know what anybody in this world is going through, whether they show themselves as being like the happiest person in the world. Why would you take the time out of your day to leave stupid comments? Like, whether I have liked somebody online or not, I have never even thought of leaving a comment, let alone left like a nasty comment. I just don't understand why people do that. I literally just don't understand the thought process. The only thing that makes sense is that just they're having a miserable day or life, and they feel like the only way that they can get a high is by leaving some miserable comment on your page. All that to say, the whole judgment thing, you'll see me sometimes reply to those nasty comments. Sometimes I will like either correct them, like if they're saying something totally stupid, I'm like, I'm going to correct you, because like you're not just about to leave some stupid comment and think you're gonna get away with it. Like sometimes I have those days, and then sometimes I'll reply to people with those nasty comments like as simply as like, have a great day, or have a better day than the one that you're having, because I'm just like, you have to be in such a bad place mentally, or you're having such a horrible day to write a comment like that. So to answer your assumption, I'm not concerned about people's judgments, but sometimes I like to confront them. I will not let you get away with talking bad to me or anybody else. The next assumption is really sweet. So she says, you have a kind heart. Now, I'm not going to be one of those people that is like, I'm such a good person. But I definitely feel like I'm a really kind-hearted person. I'm a really empathetic person. And as I said in the beginning of this video, I'm really intuitive. So I feel like I know somebody literally within the first time that I meet them. I just feel like I'm a really good judge of character. And I consider myself to be a really kind-hearted, good person. Kind of awkward being like, yeah, I'm such a good person, but yeah, I do really think that I am a kind-hearted person. Okay, this person gave me a few assumptions. So the first one is, you're a chocoholic. So I actually don't like chocolate. I'm okay with milk chocolate, like I'll eat it here and there, but I'm not like obsessed. I'm more so obsessed with sweet, like actual like candy type of candy, like hard candy, fruity candy, gummies, things like that. Like I'm more of that person rather than like chocolate. Then she says, even when people disappoint / hurt you, you always try to see the good in them. Honestly, no. Like, I guess it depends on the situation, but I would honestly say no. If somebody wrongs me the first time, I'm like, you're done. Like, that's it. I feel like when somebody does me wrong, it's so easy for me to just be done with that person. Whether that be in like relationships, friendships, any sort of relationship with any type of person, I'm just like, if you do me wrong, no matter who you are, you're done. Eventually, even if maybe I forgive you in that moment, I will never forget, and eventually it'll catch up to me, and I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm okay. And then the next assumption, she says, you're a sweetheart by nature, but you're feisty when need to be. I feel like that kind of exactly encompasses my personality. Like I feel like I always give off a really good, like positive energy to me when you meet me. But again, I have my feisty side to me just like every other person. And lastly, she says, family is the most important thing to you. Yes, 1,000, 1 billion, 1 trillion%. You will have a large wedding. Yes, I definitely will have a large wedding. Both me and my fiance have super large families, and we're also having a destination wedding, which is going to be back home where most of our families are. So it's going to be a large wedding. So yeah, that definitely makes me nervous, but I'm also super excited because it's my wedding day. But yeah, I'm really excited, kind of nervous at the same time, but excited more than anything. Like all that matters is just me and him in that moment. You're creative in other ways besides drawing. I think so. I mean, I'm a very creative, like my brain thinks creatively rather than analytically. I love art. I love painting, drawing. I love sculpting, making videos, obviously. My mind just works the best creatively. You are indecisive but like options. If that ain't the truth, I'm extremely indecisive, but I like options. You're more of a girly girl than a tomboy. I'm a girly girl, I would say. I used to be a tomboy when I was little. All I did was like play in the mud. I was like one of the boys, played soccer, literally would come home in mud, like from top to bottom. I mentioned it in like my get to know me video, but like I've gotten stitches so much. all I did was be outdoors, run around, you know, things like that. Like I was never super, super girly. As I started growing up a little bit, I started getting into Barbies and things like that. And then now I love things like makeup and perfumes and, you know, like the stereotypical girly girl things. So I definitely am a girly girl, but I do consider myself still like a little bit of a tomboy. Like I feel like that side of me will never leave, no matter how much of a girly girl I am. You are a bit shy but still very friendly because you feel that that is the polite way to act, even if it feels awkward. Yes, like I feel like when I first meet people, if I'm not vibing with that person, I'll kind of act really closed off, and you'll probably think like, oh, she's really shy, or you might even think I'm a bitch. I really don't care. It's like if I'm not vibing with you, you will see that right away. Also, I'm not the type of person to be the first one to kind of like initiate a conversation. I feel like I need somebody to start conversation, and then I'll get the ball rolling. Like I'll see if it's either going well or not. Like you'll kind of see me either open up or just be like, yeah, no. Like that just goes back to like I reflect based off of what I get. So if I'm in a situation where I feel super awkward and uncomfortable, I'm gonna be super closed off, and you probably will think I'm shy. I feel like most people that are super shy and have really bad social anxiety, I feel like people always judge those people and think that they're like super stuck up and like too good for people, when in reality we're just so like in our heads. But again, that just all comes down to like who I'm vibing with. But I am polite to everybody. One thing about me, I hate small talk. I would rather chop off my freaking thumb than have small talk. I hate small talk. Talk to me about the planets, talk to me about anything else rather than, oh, the weather is great. You were raised and still are very religious. I was not. I was always raised like there is a God, but I was never put into like a specific religion. Now, we did grow up Christian Orthodox, so that has always been like my religion, but I'm gonna be honest, I've never really been super into like any specific religion. I kind of consider myself agnostic in a way, which basically means that you neither believe or disbelieve that there is a God. I believe that there is a higher power. I don't believe really in like any specific religion. I feel like we all have a God. I respect all religions, like whatever you believe, that's your belief. So all that to say, I'm not super religious, but I do pray to God. Like I feel like there is something that I'm praying to and somebody's watching over me. I just don't really know what that is. So that's just like where I stand. Don't attack me based off of that. As I said, you have your beliefs, I have my beliefs, and that's it. Somebody says you have good taste and express yourself well. Well, I'd like to think that I have good taste, and I feel like I do express myself pretty well. Somebody says you are pretty and funny, and I love watching you describe the perfumes. I'm a perfume junkie. Thank you. You're a total animal lover and dog person. Yeah, 1000% yes. As I said already, I love dogs. I love all animals. I think animals are way better than humans. And there's nothing more that I hate than when I see an animal being mistreated. Like no matter what the animal is, it makes me want to like cry. I feel like animals are like the best thing about the earth. Somebody says, you've tried every perfume that Kathleen Lights has recommended. I have tried a lot of perfumes that she has recommended. Honestly, most. Obviously not all, because she's a perfume junkie too, so she has hundreds of perfumes. So I obviously don't have every single one that she has recommended, but her and I have very similar perfume taste, I feel like. So I feel like most of the time, if she says something is really good and I feel like it fits into like what I like, then I totally will buy it. I have so many perfumes, as I've said in my videos, that have been recommended by her. Somebody says, when you see a perfume off Fragrantica that has scent notes you love, you can't wait to try it ASAP. Yeah, Fragrantica is like my Bible when it comes to buying a perfume. If I'm like out and about and I'm trying to blind buy a perfume, I go on Fragrantica always, and I look up the notes, look up some of the reviews, and that's always like my deciding factor whether I should buy that perfume or not. So I'm like heavily dependent on Fragrantica for all my perfume finds. I mistakenly assumed you would be crazy, but you are so sweet. Glad I discovered you. Thank you. And then the last assumption I got on YouTube is your style is inspired by the early 2000s. My style is inspired by anything that I see that I like, whether that be fashion from the 2000s, whether that be now, things that are trending now. Although the things that are trending now are the things that were trending in the 2000s. So yeah, but yeah, everything I see that I like is what my style is based on. I don't feel like I have a certain style. My style depends on my mood. If I wake up and I feel super girly, I'll put on a dress. If I wake up and I'm like, I'm not feeling it today, I'll put on sweatpants. If I wake up and I'm like, I kind of feel bad today, I'll put on like an all black outfit, my Doc Martens. If you look into my closet, it probably looks like I'm like 5 different people because I have so many different styles to me. I can't like put myself into like a specific style category. Okay, so now for the assumptions I got over on Instagram, which by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me. I'll put it right here. I'm gonna start off with the one that I laughed so hard when I read this. This person says, I'm very sorry, but you seem like the type of person to buy counterfeit luxury bags. I was literally laughing so hard when I read that. And I'm just like, how do you assume that based off of anything? If you're watching this video and you wrote that assumption, please let me know what made you think that about me. But to actually answer your assumption, I feel like if I'm gonna buy a luxury item, it has to be the real thing. I do have a luxury bag. I actually think I own like one fake bag, which was like a gift to me, but I don't like seek out fake pieces. I feel like a lot of my bags and a lot of my clothes and things like that are super cheap. I love to shop like in cheap stores, but I never buy like a counterfeit bag or a counterfeit anything. Like for me, it's like I'd rather work up to actually getting the real thing or just not have it at all. Like that's just my answer to that. So no, I definitely do not buy counterfeit luxury bags, but thank you for making that assumption, and please let me know what made you think that about me. Said, are you born in the US? No, I was not. I answered this in my get to know me questions video. I was actually born in Greece, but I am Albanian. To know more about that, go check out that about me video, and I talk a little bit more in depth about all of that. Like all mass-pleasing sweet and fruity scents, irrespective of brand / cheerful person in nature. Yeah, pretty much. I do really like sweet and fruity scents, mostly like on the sweet gourmand side rather than fruity. And yeah, that does not depend on the brand. I love it if it's like $100. I love it if it's $20. And then I'm a cheerful person in nature. I feel like, yes, I do have my moments because I do have really bad anxiety and sometimes I'm like really in my head. So I have my moods, and sometimes those moods come out a lot more than other times, but I feel like by nature I am a pretty upbeat, cheerful, like kid at heart type of person. You said you don't like reading. I'm one of those people where I wish I loved reading, but at the end of the day, if I'm being truly honest with myself, I don't. Like, I'd rather watch a movie any day. But I love the idea of going to the library and just reading a book. And I feel like that's something that I could get myself to enjoy. It's not that I don't like reading, it's that I don't really do it. But that's honestly been something that I've wanted to do for a while, is just get myself back into reading and just going to the library or the beach and enjoy a nice book rather than being glued to this thing. You are very neat and particular about the way you keep your things. Yes and no. I'm like an organized, messy person. Like, I love my things to be organized. All my stuff is organized, but I get messy really fast. I clean every single day, and somehow by the next day, everything's already a mess. Like, I don't know how it happens, but I love to clean every single day. I actually love cleaning. That's like a fun fact about me. I find it super therapeutic, like cleaning and organizing and having things be in like their own place in like a certain way. I love that. But I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of a messy person. I'm not a dirty person, I'm a messy person. There's a difference. Not an assumption, but you remind me of Kathleen Lights. If I had a penny for how many times I've been told this since I started on YouTube, I would be a millionaire. I swear people tell me this so much, and I love that because she was one of the reasons why I wanted to do YouTube. I've loved watching Kathleen since she started her channel. I've been subscribed to her for the longest time. I've watched every single video, probably multiple times. I love her personality. I relate to her so much about so many of the things that she goes through. I just love her. Like, she's just like that nostalgic person for me to watch on YouTube. So whenever people are like, you remind me of Kathleen Lights, that is the biggest compliment in the world to me. So thank you. I've actually gotten that in real life too. Like, before I even started YouTube. I used to get people telling me that I sounded like Kathleen Lights, or like I reminded them of her, or that I looked like her. I don't know. So many people have told me like, you look like you could be her little sister. So I don't know, but I take it all as a compliment. I love her. Okay, and then the last one says, not an assumption, just wanted to say that I love watching your videos. Thank you so much for letting me know. That is the end of this video. I've been talking for so long, but I think I got through all of them or most of them. There were some that weren't actually assumptions, so I did kind of skip over those, but I hope I answered an assumption that you wrote. Let me know if you found out anything new about me through this video. I hope you did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you don't care. You probably don't. It's okay. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.